It should say in a minute.
We are live.
Yeah.
That's what it says.
Can
That's what we like
anything
to
can
hear. Yes.
absolutely.
It's it's always a bit of a lottery when you go live, but no, of course it's not. Normally everything works according to plan, super silky smooth, nothing goes wrong at all. But the eagle-eyed amongst you will know that actually our Tuesday show, we are live streaming on our own profiles. Not only that, on our own profiles in Facebook, YouTube. I think my cheeky LinkedIn is in there as well. Welcome, everybody. This is I am Nick Wood, for those who don't know me, and I am joined every Tuesday by the amazing Barb Tomlin, the woman who knows more about community building than anyone I've ever met. She is just absolutely a diamond. And that's important because 2026 really is the year of community. What say you, Barb?
Good morning, Nick. I just love it that you are from the UK and I'm from the USA. I got to tell you that when I very first went online back in the 80s, there were very few from the UK who joined us on the bulletin boards that were available online at that time. And so and it was so intriguing because you wondered so much, do they brush their teeth in the morning? Do they comb their hair the way I do? But you know what it was? I mean, the
Hmm.
Beatles changed everything. Do you not agree? I mean, it was
Did they?
really the Beatles that brought everybody together again.
Yeah, they bashed
I'm
out a
that
couple of good
old.
tunes. In fairness, yeah.
Yeah. So I do know an awful lot. I've been published in a lot of books where the author of the book has interviewed me at length, and then I've even had a best-selling author in the technology book place
Wow.
actually publish my book that I had written and actually posted online for free for my communities to learn from.
Hey, cool.
Big lesson learned there. So,
Yeah, yeah. Charge them for it. Don't post for free. My goodness.
stupid is as stupid does.
But at least people read your book. I got to admit, it's
Right. And it was a big software. I'm not going to mention the name, but a big software publishing company. And they saw very quickly that they had to publish a book for all these experts, these software developers, and so forth. And so they brought the publishing industry to, the technology folks are the ones who actually brought the
uh,
publishing industry online. So, and I
wow.
got to participate in all of that. And sometimes I'm just blown away when I see what's happened to folks that are still around, as well
That's,
as some have left us, of
I say
course.
when you've been around as long as you, Barb. No disrespect. It's an ever decreasing. I'm joking.
Those
I'm joking.
OMG moments. You had to learn all the acronyms, and then we didn't have all these wonderful reactions that we have now. I mean,
No.
we literally had to create them with our keyboard, our computer keyboard. So we learned the smiley faces and frowns and all that stuff. So you didn't just have to know how to type and where ASDFG was on your keyboard. I mean, you had to go pretty fast
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
communicate.
I was just thinking. There are now so many emojis. I don't know what half of them mean. Is the other thing. Every now and again they'll give me another facial expression. I'm thinking, no, no idea. I haven't got a clue. So if ever you get a message from me and there's an inappropriate emoji, it's probably just my lack of knowledge rather than anything else. They're weird old things. I'm only just getting the hang of them. It's a funny old thing. But I guess there's a community for everything. I bet there is. In fact, I know there is. There's going to be a breakout emoji community where people that love emojis, create emojis, will be sitting there generating them and trying to get their latest emoji mainstream. Here's an interesting thought: an emoji community.
I
Is there a community emoji?
I have no clue, but you sparked my attention. It's like everything is on Amazon these days. Surely there's a book on an emoji translation book, you
Oh, there is bound to be, absolutely. God, I know
know.
you can look them up on Google or on chat or wherever you want to look up. But
Certainly.
sometimes they're just not there. And also, when we're of a certain age, Barb, I don't know about you, but when I'm trying to look at an emoji on my cell phone, they're quite small.
Right.
And my old mince pies aren't quite what they used to be. I'm like, "Ugh," so I can't actually tell what they
And they're
are.
so close together. I mean,
Yeah.
as a female, there were times in my life story where I would have my nails manicured weekly and wore long fingernails, and so with those you could like peck at it, and get it right. But I
Ah,
felt so sorry for my uh, male friends who were going through all those adventures with me because their fingers are thicker. So
yeah. Big stubby fingers.
and accidentally hit the wrong key. So, and you never know. And one of my trademark emojis has always been the hug. And I learned later
Oh,
on, and in ballooning, as you know, I'm passionate about ballooning.
you
Uh,
like ballooning?
that is a universal thing at the Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta. Everybody's a hugger.
Oh,
I just want to, behind the scenes here, um, as you know, we're using my studio today, and behind the scenes here, I'm getting notices from LinkedIn that your share there
it's
is
not working.
there's an issue, and it says it is probably an issue on LinkedIn's end, and we'll keep trying and let you know if it's resolved. So
Yeah.
I don't know if you're able to check your feed on LinkedIn, but
Just
um,
linking in now.
okay.
So you say when you, I'm linking in. Let's go.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, I don't know if it's not going on LinkedIn. There's no great shakes.
Yeah.
It's not the platform that I use the most. Let's be honest.
Yeah, well, I
Um,
think there are limitations still on that platform about when you do things. I'm noticing that on my own platform, on my own profile on Facebook, it is not showing the live, and I am not showing oh, there I go. I refreshed. Refresh. Always refresh before you start troubleshooting.
hit refresh.
Absolutely. Okay, so we are live there.
Yeah.
And you checked LinkedIn, right? So I think that's the only one where we have an issue today.
Yeah. I'm gonna remove it today, just so that doesn't keep showing up. I think we're good.
Okay.
Apart from that,
All right.
I haven't checked.
Good.
I haven't checked mine, but I'm sure. I'm certain it was all working. Yeah. Yeah. I knew. See, I knew I was in safe hands. Uh, live streaming with you, Barb, because it's all working. Tickety boo.
It's always an adventure for me, particularly at this time of day. I have all these bells and whistles that I can use, as you know, in the tools that we use to stream live with, and I can have different, like here it could be lacrosse like that, and like I was just a minute ago, and then we can share screens and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, I need another sip of coffee.
Ah,
But
I'm out.
I care. I'm always there for you at 7 a.m. on Tuesday mornings,
you are.
and
You
2
are
in
indeed.
your afternoon.
It is. It's good.
Yeah. So, what we're planning to do in this space, we're just going to take 30 minutes out of our morning and spend it with you all. We've been spending it in a private group, and both of us, we manage several communities on two platforms these days. Our primary platform is Facebook, of course. And in the private groups, especially, they have taken away the ease of being able to go live with other people, share
Yeah.
stories, share screens, and so forth. And it's just to the point where it's like, tired of waiting. It's not going to come back. I mean, there's not, I'm in the final chapters of my story, and it's like it needs to come back before I die.
Yeah, and I'm
And
well over
I'm
well
going to
over
get into
halfway through mine.
question now.
You might be the who's who's done it. We're about to find out for you, Barb.
Yeah,
Hopefully, you
exactly.
might have a couple more chapters left in mine. Maybe a prologue or epilogue. Which one's which? I can't remember. Yeah,
Exactly.
we're not in any rush to run away. But you're right. We can't hang around and let platforms do their own thing. We like to go and explore, and we kind of found what I think is one of the best ways to have and build a community, and that is on the Mighty School app. That's a SKOOL app. And just from my own personal point of view, I've been able to, without promoting it very much at all, and I started it in late February, maybe early March last year, got over 292 people now, I think.
Yeah, it's a very active community.
It
I'm
feels like
impressed.
a big responsibility all of a sudden.
Yeah, absolutely. And the one thing that you cover in your community, you actually talk about Facebook there as well. It's not like we're giving up on Facebook,
No, oh, no, not at all.
and you actually have a complimentary group to it that you recently launched, I think in the last week or two, that's for that community on the school platform. I
Exactly.
think I'm excited. As you know, I stream live on Thursday with my friend Madeline Sklar. That you're in her
Yes.
group. That we talk about AI and social media in general. And I really think, I mean, she's the one who introduced me to that platform, and I have been studying it for several months now and participated in lots. You know me, I love to learn,
Yeah.
and I've participated in school communities where there is, where they're providing that insight. And I think that most of my friends, whether you are a software developer or a product, any product really, because you need to have customer feedback,
Yeah.
you need to be able to teach them about your product, how it can benefit them. And the same way for coaches and consultants, you need to be able to show people you know your stuff, but you need to get the feedback from them to actually grow your
Yes.
own expertise. And so it's a quid pro quo kind of thing.
Yeah. Exactly.
And I find, especially I would say in the last 5 years, it's just become more and more buy my stuff, buy my stuff, buy my stuff. And what that says, it's not really community. You're
No.
getting exposure, and oh, how many followers do you have? How many clicks have you had? How many people have seen, how many people have seen your posts? How many reactions? And, the pressure is on, but are they really stopping and saying, asking the right questions? Are they saying the right things? No
Mm.
clue. They get a playbook, and yeah, they may get a book on Amazon. We know that. But it just isn't the same. And I think that going live, most importantly, that factor, when that was introduced, and I was just so excited to participate in the opening of that and development of the tools that we use to actually facilitate our live streams. But
Yeah.
going live is so in your face, and the word that they use these days is authentic. Well, I'm here just on audio. If you've followed me for any length of time, you know my voice.
Mm.
But you reach a point where I'm actually participating in new technologies, keeps my mind active, and fulfills my creative
Yeah.
uh, talent. And I felt like I can, no matter what, I can, as long as I can speak, I can share my message. And
Exactly.
that's the number one thing through when you talk, I, research wise, I went to folks from other countries just like you and said, how do you start a conversation in the UK? Is it appropriate for a woman to start the conversation, or is that just a man thing? You know, back in the day when I got online, there was different etiquette than there is today.
Oh.
Now it's I want to say thanks to the Beatles. No.
From what you're saying now, I was thinking, do we go back in time to Victorian England? It's like, no, women know your place. Don't speak
Right.
until you're spoken to. Yes.
I mean, I mean, our queen from, all of in America. When I was growing up, it was just a really big thing to see the Queen of England. Whenever she was on television or stories about her, things like that, and it was all. You never stop to think she's a real living, breathing human
Yeah.
being. She likes
Yeah.
to ride horses.
She does. Did I ever tell you, Barb?
And of course, she loves corgis.
She
So
does. She does
she
indeed.
she
As
did.
does someone
We're
else
assuming
I know.
all of corgis go to heaven now because they need to take care of the queen.
Exactly. Exactly. I don't know whether I told you this before, Barb, but I've actually met the Queen a few times.
Wow.
Yeah, I was. But funny enough, we were talking about it at a family get together the other day. When I was 8 years old, uh, I was a little Boy Scout, little Cub Scout, and in our village, it was her silver jubilee. Oh no, not even been before her jubilee, 1974. And she came and visited our village for some reason, can't remember why. And we all had to line up, and she touched my woggle as she leant, because she's not very tall. Neither was I in those days, but she leant over me to talk to the Arcala, and so I proudly went home and said, "Oh, the Queen has touched my woggle," and so that was very good. And then later in life, she came when I was working for the charity. She came and opened the charity because she was a patron, so she came and opened a new building. So that was rather nice. And then I was very lucky. I got invited to one of the garden parties at Buckingham Palace. So yes, quite lucky, quite proud moment.
That's wonderful. While you
Yeah.
were talking and I was listening to you, I checked in on um, my profile, and I learned something new. And it's like I don't know everything. Of course, I've been accused of
Yeah.
that.
I
Well,
kind of assumed you
and
did.
but the UK compliments me with oops. Anyway, I just learned something new, and it wouldn't matter what product you're using to stream live, but you can, instead of when you see it there on your page, instead of clicking on it, just hover over the date and time of that post and copy the link, and that gives you the direct link to the video.
Oh,
Direct. I mean, my URL says it has my facebook.com/barbtusa/videos and the video number, and it's nice and clean. You know how when we go to share post, it's all of the gobbledygook that follows it.
yeah.
This URL comes up very first. It has all the tracking stuff that you can just erase from there. But that is amazing because that would save all of us live streamers lots of time. So,
Ah. And is
learned
that
something new today.
and that's over the timestamp?
Yeah, just when you have your post and the timestamp. I'm in one of my groups now where I'm going to actually it's a group that you and I um, are both managers of, and I'm putting it in there. Yes, yes, and
I
and I'm
actually
going to
knew
put
that.
that in there now. So
I
you
knew
need.
I knew something that Barb didn't know. So shame I never thought to tell you.
Well, shame on you for
I
sure.
know. I know.
I am
That's how I
gonna,
share posts to people. I go in there and
yeah,
grab that
I'm gonna
URL.
mute my audio and share it in those groups right now. If you
Oh,
can
good.
share a bit of
I'll
your story, I'd
I'll
appreciate it.
continue my blabbing babble about meeting the Queen. Yes, so very fortunate. That's because I worked for one of the most prestigious charities in the UK, the Soldiers Sailors M's Family Association. And yeah, because actually my sister-in-law said to me rather indignantly after I'd been, and obviously took Debs with me, and she said, "Why did you get an invite to the garden party?" And I said, "Probably because I generate her charity a couple of $100 million a year, not a year, but over 5 years, I think." So yeah, there was a reason. There was a reason. I was good at what I did, and yeah, so it was nice. We didn't actually get to talk to the Queen, of course, because there's quite a few people at the garden party, and so only a select only a select few get chosen to actually speak to the Queen and Prince Philip, as he was then back in those days. And now, of course, yeah, King Charles and Queen Camilla. I guess carry on. The chances of me getting invited to another one are incredibly slim. But hey, I
Wonderful.
saw the Queen. That was the main thing. That was good. And hey, you don't get a bigger community. She knew a bit about community, Barb. She she's got a Commonwealth, few few
Absolutely.
few 100 million people involved in that. I think so. So yeah,
Absolutely.
I wonder if she'd transfer it all to school now. I am excited. I'm excited about the live stream. Talking about the Facebook, I created a Facebook group, basically based on your just talking to you, Barb, to complement the school community, because sometimes it's easier for people to move within within the walled garden of Facebook. So it's easier to just click a link and go to and join a community as opposed to going outside of Facebook. And because you were talking about how you set up the community and had it automated so that people answered the 3 questions, if they gave the right answers and you could tell they weren't a bot, then you could automatically let them into the community using Facebook. I'm hoping that at some stage school will follow suit, because I just checked and I've got 35 people in my Facebook school community, my Facebook Digital Income Freedom Hub community, and I think I've only ever let in about 3 or 4. So I do recognise a lot of the names, but yeah, they've been accessing and being let in without me having to do a thing, which is really cool.
That's great. I am looking at something here. Just 1 minute. See what.
Picking up on also while you were looking, picking up on what you were saying earlier about the fact, yeah, buy my stuff, buy my stuff, buy my stuff. And that's the thing, we are taught as marketers to absolutely lead with value. And some of our, we were chatting about it. I can't remember who it was I was chatting about it with the other day. But it's a bit like when we're affiliate marketers, we're putting our links out, and actually very, very few people will just click a link and buy something. It's like very, very unusual, because actually people need to gain that know, like, and trust. And it reminded me of my favorite mindset coach, a guy called Jim Fortin, based down in Arizona somewhere, I think it is. And yeah, I consumed like tons and tons. He had a podcast, he had lots of free information on a YouTube channel, and I consumed his content for free for ages, and I loved it, absolutely loved it. And then there was a little free, like 3-day thing. Then there was a tiny little paid $20 thing, which went a little bit further. And after I'd like consumed it over the course of a couple of years, and I felt I was ready, his flagship program, again, I thought it was going to be way, way more, but actually it was $3,000 over 13 weeks. And yeah, I happily signed up for it because I knew the value he was going to give me. There was no ifs and buts. He had built that solid, yeah, I want to learn more from Jim. And to this day, I listen to him pretty much every day. And of course, being an affiliate marketer, I'm now obviously an ambassador for his. So I like to introduce people to him. But yeah, absolutely, he is the epitome of leading with such value that you can have your own transformation without paying him a dime. But if you want to get really nitty gritty with him and pay the bucks, yeah, it is transformational. But he absolutely earned that money just by the value, and the value you can give inside a group. And that's why we go back to why you bring people into the groups, is because you can give so much value. And people can then tell you the bits you're missing, as you were alluding to. If there's any gaps that people, you don't see everything, you don't know everything, and you might assume people know certain elements, but they don't. And if they tell you, then you can actually provide them with the information they need. It's kind of like, it's like almost, it's like the site. Look at what people are saying. You can go to all sorts of. I'll use marketing because that's what I do, but all sorts of marketers are going to tell you X, Y, and Z. But actually, if you look at it and study it, and look at the things that they're not saying, think about things that maybe the question that people daren't ask or daren't say, and then that's where you're going to have your difference. And you'll find that out by having a group and asking what people don't know.
Exactly.
Was that a bit profound?
Yeah.
Ah, it was
No,
okay.
actually, it's very good. 101 stuff. And I just, as you were talking, of course, I was behind the scenes checking to make sure this is our very first live. And we know that anything can go wrong in any of our broadcasts, whether they're live or recorded. And
This is true.
this is the first time we've tried to stream to multiple destinations, both guests and hosts. And so I just wanted to make sure everything was working fine, and it is. And as you know, trying to keep me to a half hour on anything is pretty challenging. Unfortunately,
Not so simple.
I have a timer here. It says I've got like 3 minutes to go, and I just want to make sure that we set the space here. And if you catch us live today, we're going to be following up with posts and meeting you back here on Tuesdays, each
Yeah.
Tuesday. Right now, we're at the 30-minute mark. This maybe that's just all the time that Nick can put up with me, but no, no, no. We're actually trying to
Perish
pull
the
this
thought.
together. We do a lot of research before we say, "Will you buy my stuff?" No, we, but the bottom line is to all of this is 2026 is a year of awakening for all of us who actually um, want to stick together and play together and have fun online, whether it's with your family, your friends, or your business partners,
Exactly.
or just folks from all over the world. And Nick and I have a plethora of topics we can share with you. And I will tell you that Nick got my attention when Nick was a career accountant, right, Nick? In
I
your
was back in
attention.
the old days. Yeah.
Yeah. You probably can still keep better books than I can.
I don't. I was always told never ask an accountant to do their own books.
Yeah, I will second that for sure. For sure, for sure. But and our love of music is
Yes.
definitely pulls us together. And I just thought this is a good time because we did find another destination to actually sustain communities on and make them grow quickly. And oh, by the way, we can actually make some money doing that. So it's not just social. And so, Nick, what I wanted to tell you, you know that I love working with AI. And
Mm,
we have multiple applications we can use now, but I do love the way that ChatGPT has come forward, its progress. And so now that I have these different options, I said, you know what? We're going to need a book on this,
cool. Hey,
on what
there's an
we're
idea.
sharing. And it will help us stay straight on what we're doing. And
That's
so
a good
next
idea.
week, I didn't want to just pop this on Nick when we were just before we went live and say, "Oh, here's how to do it." Next week, after I've shown Nick, we will start in that process. In the meantime, we need you to consider joining us here for these sessions. And I'm not going to say run to school and join our communities. Find out what we're doing, and we'd be happy for you to join our communities, and we will tell you how to do that. But no matter what community you're in, whether it's on Facebook or an alternative platform, you've got to show up and you've got to let the computer systems know you're there. And that part is simply by reacting to the content you see there and adding your comments. And it lets people know, it, I'm sorry, it lets the computers know you're alive. So, and we all know that there are scams and so forth, and there are robots running accounts. Well, they're letting the computers know they're in quotes, alive. And that's how
Yeah.
they do it. So to beat them at their own game, you've got to not only know how they do it, you've got to do it too, and you've got to do it better. And so that's what we're about, is doing it better. So
Exactly. And we like it. This is the thing. There's, as you say, Bob, there is so much AI content around. We saw that brilliant
the
video
slop,
from
yeah.
Stephen that was like, it was Stephen in all but name, but it was
Right.
AI. And so that's why we love going live, because you can see, well, okay, you can't see Bob, but you can see, we are live. We are not AI bots. We are just in the flesh, in the real. And you can hear just by Barb's voice
Yeah.
that
Well, you
we're
never
here.
know
But
what'll happen because I know how to control a camera and I can switch it from one scene to the other, as you know you've seen me do. And so the thing is, doing that at 7 in the morning takes a lot more than a couple cups of coffee.
well, I tell you,
So,
actually, thinking about it, Barb, we could actually, if this is a good, we can work out whether this is a good time to stream or whether maybe we go a little bit later, because we're not constrained anymore.
okay,
So
yeah.
we can
Well,
test it out.
certainly,
If you're
certainly.
watching, let us know in the comments. Um, if you're watching us on a replay, still let us know in the comments what time would be best for you, and we can work it out. We'll have the analytics. We can see which ones work best. So there
Thank
you go.
you. Thank
Herman
you.
Bock, London. The human factor will become more and more important. Herman, absolutely, absolutely, more and more important. And that's why I genuinely believe that live streaming is just at the beginning again. It had a little bit of had its little moment, then has died down, but now I think it's just coming right back. No question about it, because of that AI. Hi Tim, good to see you. Good to see Herman. See, and this is the wonderful thing, is that even though we're just live streaming to our profiles, not into a community, we've still got beautiful people that know us coming and saying hello, and that's communication for you.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, and I know a little bit about network marketing myself and the
You do.
history of network marketing online. And that's what you have chosen that focus. It's called affiliate marketing online, really, but
Yeah,
just another face for it. But we're going to cover a lot of topics, and hopefully you will pick that time, that little half hour, to join us each week. Let us know if this time is good for you. And now I wasn't sure that Nick could work out another time for us, but I'm glad to know he is because I would be a little bit more aware myself.
yeah. Well, having broadcast with you at 7 a.m. for a good few months, about 6 or 7 months now. Yeah, maybe 8 or 9
Close to
might be
a
better.
year, yeah. Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for joining me in this adventure. And I'll let you have the final word, and then we'll see you all next week.
For
Okay?
sure. Yeah, brilliant. Barb, absolutely, as I always say, because it's absolutely true. It is always an absolute pleasure live streaming with you. We have a good fun. We have a laugh, and that's what it's all about as well. We want to have some fun. It's an entertainment, infotainment kind of process. So, guys, yes, we will be back at the same time next week, 7 a.m. Mountain Time. That's 2 p.m. in the UK. But please do let us know if there's anything that you actually want us to cover, any topics you want us to cover. But now Barb's got the book, we'll be plowing through that. So the aim of the game is to have more questions than Barb's book can possibly
Exactly.
answer. So say we were going to talk about X, but actually everyone said, tell us about Y. And so
Yeah.
we will move we will
Oh,
move
don't
with
get
you.
me started on X. But you know what? We didn't even stream there today. I still have an account there. We should do that. I'll try to remember that for
I have
next
to
week.
dust off my X account. I think my
That
X account still
scares
calls
me.
itself
I
Twitter.
don't
Was that even a thing?
know. Just to show up. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week.
See
Ta
you next
ta
week,
for
guys.
now.
Bye bye.